Beautiful day, beautiful soul, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. I'm your hostess. I go by Melinda, NailFanatic, and we're going to get into this free tarot message for you, which is timeless. If you've been brought here, it's by divine design. There's something here for you. So where it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If that's your choosing. If not, leave it where you found it. And remember that you're always responsible for the choices and the decisions that you make in life. So make them responsibly. So we're going to get into this message and we're going to start. They showed me to pull the Soul Journey lesson cards. So let me see. Where do we have those Soul Journey lesson cards? Where are you at, baby? Okay, I see them. They're across the way. Hold on, let me go get them. All right, here we go. So we're going to begin with the Soul Journey lesson cards at this time. What is the message, the most important message for the love and peace and happiness tribe? Thank you. Okay. So what do you want to talk about today? Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Relationships coming into play today. Okay, that's what Spirit wants this message to be about. So we'll see what comes out with that. Okay. This is going to be interesting. So I hear, let's start with what's going on internally within you. And then, who is in your experience? Let's see. Okay. So we'll start with the overall energy within the tribe. And then we'll look at the external energy from whoever else is in this. Now, relationships, this can be any type of relationship. But you are attracted to those relationships that serve your higher good. So what is the feeling of tribe in this? How's tribe feeling about this experience at this time? Please and thank you. What's the feeling in the tribe? The world. Wow. So the world is coming out here and it feels like distance. It feels like it's over. It feels like it's far away. It feels like it's not here. Okay, the world is here. So yeah, it looks like in regards to relationships, there's some sort of ending, some sort of distance. That's the feeling within the tribe. So let me see what's going on. What's the feeling on the other side of the table? What's the feeling on the other side of the table, please and thank you? Other side of the table, we have Ace of Cups. So somebody here feels at a distance. They might be feeling detached. They might be feeling like they're so far away. But I see, too, that in tribe, either their feeling about this is they're feeling very much on their own. Okay? So self-love. Somebody pulled away for you for self-love. If they have, good job on them. Let's see what's the current state of the connection. Wow, the Ace of Swords is here. Interesting. Okay, so the Ace of Swords, this is about truth, this is about honesty, and this is about clarity. Okay. So let's look a little bit deeper. The bottom of the deck, we have as a Four of Cups, and this is this is an energy of rejection of an offer, rejection of an opportunity, feeling rejected, feeling bored with what the fuck we have. It's like, I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. I want something better. This shit ain't for me. It's like that. That's what I see at the bottom of the deck. I see somebody here who is a new person. Interesting. So maybe you felt, I see that in the past you felt like, nope, those opportunities aren't for me. There's no connection here. This is fucking boring. This isn't my jazz. This isn't my cup of tea. This isn't for me. And interestingly enough, I see this Ace of Cups as a new person in your experience. Ace of Swords, This is the clarity. This is the knowing. This is the realization. This is the first conversation. Okay. Somebody is going to be, I see somebody who's going to be meeting a person that's going to be completely smitten with you, but this person's at a distance. Is this a literal physical distance? Are you dating on social media? Or is this somebody who is at a spiritual distance from you? Relationships are being highlighted. I want to pull, just being guided to pull from the P and Q Oracle. So let's see, what do we have for the love and peace and happiness tribe at this time? From the P and Q Oracle by Divine Design. Because I was so feeling so excited to do our reading today. And I was like, oh, I'll get ready. Yeah, this is as ready as I got. I was like, no, I don't feel like being on camera. Then I realized I think I'm irritable. And I'm like, I think my periods I think it's PMS. Usually about a week to a week and a half before I start. I'm like, oh my God. And it felt like that this morning, all afternoon even. And I'm like, okay, get out of your funk, bitch. It's time to go do what we do. So here we are doing what we do. So something here, since it's coming up during the show, have you been feeling in a funk? There's something about a cycle, something about, it's time for a new cycle. Okay, here we go. In a relationship. This is a card that Quinn just recently drew, and it's Fred. He said that's Fred. Now, Fred is my tortoise. He is a full-size, life-size figurine, and I've had him for a long time, and he is very important to me because he is, for me, a symbol of my prosperity. He's a symbol of my faith in the universe, and so we'll see how that comes into play. I do get immediately that there is a need to have faith. Do you have faith in relationships? Do you understand that you are attracted to those people who serve your higher good? Do you understand that when you have a craving and a desire for a situation or a person, there's something in it that's meant to benefit you? So there's a reason and a purpose, even for the attractions that you have. Like people, I remember not knowing this and just thinking, oh, I'm attracted, and not thinking that there was anything more to that, just thinking that's all there was to that. It was just purely just attraction. And it is just purely attraction, but there's a purpose. Your spirit is going to crave things that you need. And sometimes you say, but I've been attracted to a lot of bullshit. And I was attracted to that motherfucker too, and I was attracted to this asshole, and I was attracted to that liar and that cheater. But there was something you needed to gain from that experience for your higher good. Okay, so in that, with this world card over here, I feel like you've leveled up because the world is about happy endings. It's about successful completions and endings. Ending of old cycles. So I see, tribe, this is good news. What I see is you're coming into some new energy and there's new surrounding you. I see that, tribe, if you've been making these power moves out of faith, because see, when I bought that tortoise, Fred, he was for sale for $40, and honey, I had bills to pay, and I was not in this vibration of that I have now. I was still in the very beginning of changing my financial vibration, my prosperity vibration, okay? And the thing of it was, I said, well, God, I really want this, so you're going to have to figure out how to pay these fucking bills. And that's where I started to have that kind of faith that really changed my flow in finances, really changed my mentality. It changed my whole view of relationships with money for myself, okay? So Fred being symbolic of that, it's telling me here in the area of love, you had to have faith to make an investment in this love is going to be needed, okay? But it is something that's going to change your prosperity in relationships, okay? I feel like the person coming into your experience or who you have in your experience currently does have self-love. This person is showing up as the Ace of Cups. And y'all know for me, that's a self-love card. So there is a higher purpose for the attractions that you have. And where you get yourself caught up is that you think that it means forever, every fucking time. Am I right? Every time you meet this new person, you have this attraction to them. You're like, oh my God, this is my everything. That's my forever. That's going to be my baby. I'm going to marry you. Shit like that, right? And it's like, hold on a second, but that's not how energy flows. And that's not how energy works. Some do end up being forever. Some people, one of my friends, one of her cousins recently passed, and his wife of over like 30 years passed within, I heard, if I remember correctly, hours behind him of a heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? Those two were always together. So it does happen. I'm not saying it don't happen. It fucking happens, right? But we got to get our head out of the idea that it's always that, because it's not always going to be that. I see you had to reject a lot of things, let a lot of things slide to the left to get this energy right here. Let's see what's below this. Below the Four of Cups, we have the Death card. See? Saying no, ending something. And this is giving me that Scorpio energy that we had with the moon. Okay, and Temperance. It was divine timing. You are as patient as you could have been in a situation. Whatever the situations you had let go of, and for some it was 4. I'm getting with the Four of Cups. There's 4 of them that you let go of. They tested your patience. I heard they tested your patience. Did they test your every little nerve? But I heard they tested your patience. What else? Oh, I heard also with this Temperance card, they didn't even offer you comfort or consolation. You had to learn to console yourself in these connections. And the Seven of Swords is, first off, a part of the divine plan. Understand and believe that it's part of the divine plan. If you end up with a liar, cheat, or a thief, or a sneaky son of a bitch, that there is part of the divine plan. If you was attracted to a sneaky son of a bitch, if you was attracted to a motherfucking cheater, if you was attracted to a liar, there was a divine purpose in that for you to learn something. Below that, we have the King of Swords. Yes, and there is the mental mastery, intellectual, emotional intelligence, and intellect as well. Okay, so intelligence coming into play there. So I want to pull, I'm being guided to pull from the tea leaf fortune cards to clarify these, which is different. I don't think I've ever used these to clarify this way. If I have, I don't remember today. But we finna get into these cards right here. I want to give a shout out to DS. What's up? Our first commenter for the session. Shout out to Kat. Oh, girl, I was on your Facebook and I saw the beautiful picture of that pretty baby girl you have. Aisha, hey, girl, hey. Monique, that's what's up. Welcome back. And let's see what we have. Clarifying the world, please. We have the Club. Interesting. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. And I feel like that's these energies over here. And that's what you've successfully overcome, is an experience with an individual or several individuals that tried to make you do things against your will. Okay, that's what I see there. Let's clarify this Ace of Cups on the other side of the table. Ace of Cups on the other side of the table. We have July. Okay, so somebody is either born in July. I heard somebody else. This is about a new love that you will meet in July. This person is on track to meet you in this coming July. Okay, the Ace of Swords as a connection is the ink pump, problems to be resolved. So the truth coming through, clarity coming to help resolve any kind of problems or issues that you've been having. Victory in some endeavor at the bottom of the deck. Victory is here, and that goes well with the whole energy of the World card here. So you've had victory in overcoming connections where people try to get you to do things that you don't necessarily want to do. And there's somebody on the other side of the table who it was born in July, because that's definitely, if I remember correctly, July is Cancer season, right? And so Ace of Cups is definitely got Cancer energy in it. And then, so somebody here, there's a Cancerian person coming into your experience. For somebody, this isn't happening until July, okay? So let's get some clarifiers on these from my handmade tarot. Worked with this last night for Tarot in the Shadows. Loved it. Want to work with this some more. And then I feel like I need to go get my Color Your Own tarot. I was coloring on it a little bit earlier when I was feeling like PMS and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I feel so irritable. I was trying to play Uno with my grandsons and I don't even like that game. And I told them, I was like, I don't want to play this game no more. I'm not having fun. And then after I said that about 4 or 5 times, it's like, I don't want to play this game either no more. It was a forever round. I had to shuffle the whole deck like 4 times. The game was not in and it was driving me nuts. So I was so glad when they too wanted to give up on that game. I like Skip-Bo. I don't like Uno. Uno and Skip-Bo are not the same. Some people, every time I teach them Skip-Bo, they be like, is it like Uno? No, it's not like fucking Uno. I don't like Uno. It's boring. Anyways, okay, so I got my handmade tarot for clarifiers and the Color Your Own tarot. We'll see how that's going to come into play. All right, so clarifying the world with the club. For tribe, let's see what is this about here for tribe, please and thank you. So it looks like you attracted some relationships where people would try to sway you, convince you, persuade you, get you to do different things that you didn't necessarily agree with, want to do, didn't like, and you successfully overcame those. So let's clarify that with the 10 of Swords, the ending, the 5 of Cups. Cut your losses and walk away emotionally. 6 of Wands, putting you in victory mode. King of Pentacles, so you can actually align with what you choose in your life. Okay, so you can be. This puts you in an energy of master. This is put you in an energy of being the master of your material world. So that's really powerful. The endings that you've had recently have aligned you with mastery. The recent endings have aligned you with mastery because you chose to do what was right for you, even though others tried to force you to go against your will. Okay, so that's important because I hear the street saying, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, is what I hear. Okay, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. We don't want to fall for anything. We don't want to fall. So you found some backbone. I hear you found your backbone to stand up to somebody. Yeah, you found your backbone to stand up to somebody, to speak your truth, and not to be pushed around. Okay, not to be coaxed into a situation that you did not want to be involved in. Let's look at this Ace of Cups with the month of July. Clarify the Ace of Cups with the month of July, please and thank you. We have the 3 of Pentacles coming out with the World and the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So it's a new person. This person also put an end to some situation because they were trying to work with someone. Okay, but that person was trying to work with something or someone else. And this person right now is thinking about where they're going to move forward to, how they're moving forward. Some of them are thinking about moving long distance, traveling long distance. This person right now is single. I do feel like what they recently let go of was some kind of third-party energy. Okay, I do feel like that. So if you already know this person wants to take it slow. Okay, this person wants to take some time. I feel like if you already know this person's somebody who is a Cancer energy born in July. I hear it, or right on the cusp. For someone, they're right on the cusp. With Gemini. Okay. With Gemini. Okay. Interesting, because that's not July. That would be May. No, that would be July. Okay, thank you for clarifying. Thank you. All right. They were like, no, bitch, we said it right. Okay. This person is traveling for work in some type of way. They travel for work, and I'm getting like novice. They're not a beginner. They're more like a novice. So this person, whatever it is that they do, they're not brand fresh new, but they're still in a building phase in their career. And that's part of what is got this person making moving plans, traveling plans. So let's look at the state of the connection. We have the Ace of Swords and the ink pot, which says problems to be resolved. Why is this Ace of Swords here? Clarify this Ace of Swords, please. And thank you. With the ink pot. And it's the Sun card. We have also the Queen of Swords. We have also the Tower and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so whoever this person is, I feel like they've gone in, they've done some soul searching, and what they come out with the realization, like they have to honor their, it's the same thing that you guys have been going through. I feel like you've already done this. So this person is in the phase of doing it now, which is setting their boundaries, honoring them, let the fucking chips fall what they may, so that they can make some advancement and clear things up in their life, okay, so that they can clear up the problems. And this is what is the connective energy between the two of you, because even though you've already been through it, that's why you have the World card here. You already successfully done this. This person has the Ace of Cups. They're making that choice at this time is what I see. So I feel like majority of you don't know this person yet. I do pick up on some of you that do, okay? If you do know this person, you're seeing them cut people off right now. You're seeing them back out of agreements with people because those people weren't truly in agreement with the whole fucking agreement. Like they weren't following through. This is like contracts unfulfilled, agreements unfulfilled, promises unkept, stuff like that. So let's get some more. I want to also clarify some more with the color your own tarot. So what I want to clarify with this is, what did you recently overcome to find the success of the world? What did you recently overcome to find the success of the world? What do we have here? Okay, start with this one. So what you overcame was an imbalance where the scales of justice were tipped. Okay, and it wasn't fair, and so some of you ended a contract. Somebody got divorced. Somebody ended some sort of situation that kept them imbalanced. Yeah, you ended a relationship that was imbalanced. Some of you were living with somebody and you had bills together, and you had to cut that shit off and separate your finances, separate your bills, separate your contractual agreements. Others of you, this was actually getting a divorce. That's definitely here. Okay. So that's what's going on with you. On the other side of the table, this person is really just trying to build their self up right now. That's what I see. This person is trying to build themselves up for this ending that they're in the middle of. They're ready. They're thinking about it. Yeah. See, the Ace of Cups over there is the Wheel of Fortune. So whoever is on the other side, they're ending some kind of karmic experience as well. Closing things out. Very, very importantly, closing out experiences and connections and relationships, because they're not serving the higher good anymore. It's like this person says, I've learned all that I need to from this experience. I'm letting it go. Okay. There's a conversation here with this Ace of Swords. What's this conversation about? Clarify this conversation, please, and thank you. And then I'm also going to clarify. Okay, so first clarifying the conversation. What this conversation is about is the Eight of Swords. This is a conversation with how to free yourself from an experience that makes you feel stuck. Okay, so what's the solution that is found is the next question that I was asked, being guided to ask about this Ace of Swords. What is the solution here? The solution here is the Star card, renewed faith and hope. How perfectly that comes into play, because that brings in the energy of Fred. Renewed faith and hope in something that you probably never had before. Because when I was buying Fred, it was faith and hope that, you know, I would have enough money to take care of what I needed to. Okay, so there's the energy of having enough faith and hope that you got what you need to free yourself from this, and there's something better. Okay, believing that you're linked to the higher plane, believing that wishes do come true, dreams come true. Oh yeah, baby, I want you, hold you tight, can't wait to do you right. So for somebody here, there's that energy where that way out of this experience, the way to change this energy is literally having faith in the fact that this is real. You know, you crave that kind of love because it really does exist for you. It's not just a fake shit. The bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. So again, this is about both of these people honoring their boundaries, speaking their mind. So I feel like we have two people who in the past have been attracted to some very difficult, challenging relationships that had a lot of learning lessons in them. Not always pleasant. Okay, what was the big challenge of these people's relationships in the past? Hold on a second, I know what deck to use. Let me get it out. We're going to use the Island Time wellness cards to pull. So had to honor boundaries and stuff, right? What was it that you were both allowing in the past that you're now putting boundaries up about? That's the question we want to ask. So what was the energy that you guys were allowing in the past that you're no longer? Wow. Addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. That makes perfect sense, because when we were looking at this, what did it say over here about somebody trying to force you to do things outside of your will? Somebody was trying to force you to do things outside of your will, trying to seduce you or something like that. Somebody had a friend or a lover or somebody in their experience who was trying to get them to use illicit drugs and shit that don't benefit them. Somebody was putting temptation in their face. But for most of you, I hear 98% of you, this is about letting go of people with their codependence obsessions. They wanted to possess you. That's what you guys were working on here. Both of you independently, not even knowing each other, working on clearing this codependent possessive energy. You say, I'm not a fucking t-shirt to be owned. I'm not a decoration for your mantelpiece. You cannot own me, you know? So the boundaries that you had to set were to break this codependent obsession that somebody had with you. And that's what this other person is, that you probably don't know, has been doing as well. And again, if you do know this person, they're probably a Cancer zodiac sign. And yes, they've been doing the same thing as well, whoever they are, breaking this very controlling energies, people who try to make you do shit outside of your will, breaking these energies where, you know, you keep choosing a relationship that's clearly blocked and it's restricting to you. It restrains you. In other words, this was about making the choice to stay sucker free so you could keep open that energy and not be attached codependently to a person. There's something about interdependence versus codependence. Look it up. It's very different. Okay, interdependence and codependence is very different. You know, you have to still have your own life. It's okay to have your own friends. It's okay to have time by yourself. Somebody here didn't want you to have that. They wanted to be there all the time, no matter what you do. And I have had relationships with people that are like that, and I have been that person. But I've learned that, you know what, it's a false fulfilling of a need that was not external, it was an internal need. And so that's something here that you're realizing. So let's get some next best step forwards, is what I hear. So next best step forward for tribe. We know that there's something being offered here coming up for most of you in July of the coming year. So let's see. What's the next step forward for tribe, the ones who are actually watching this reading? What is the next best step forward for tribe at this time? Please and thank you by divine design. What do you have? The next best step forward. What do you need to do in this 3D reality? The Eight of Swords. Interference. Okay, so you need to cut any interfering energies. Okay, this Eight of Swords is also talks about staying focused. So let's clarify that off the top of the deck. The Prince of Swords. Okay, so anywhere, this is again giving me the energy of staying sucker free. Anywhere where somebody wants to keep you confined, restricted, stuck, continue to break through those things. Don't allow it right now. And maintain your emotional mastery. Okay, maintain your emotional mastery. Don't allow yourself to be stuck. Somebody wants to make you feel stuck with them because they're codependently involved in this connection with you. So they want you to feel stuck. You need to address that shit, nip it in the butt. Where else is this existing in your experience? Because if this energy was in your most intimate relationships, it's in other places of your life. Is there still a friend? Is there still some family? Is it still a lover there? Is it still something else that you feel like you have to? Not you want to, but you have to. Because you don't have to. The bottom of the deck is Ace Cups. And that's out of self-love. You got to make these moves, make these changes for the point of self-love for yourself. So it's like also gives the energy of, if a choice for you doesn't equal a choice for me, then it's not an option. We've said that a lot, especially over this last year. I feel like that statement has come out a lot, right? It's got to be a choice to choose to include someone or something in your life has to be an act of self-love. It absolutely must be an act of self-love. And that's just all there is to that. That's all she wrote about that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So let's see what the promise is for you if you follow through with this from the Whispers of Love Oracle deck. What is the promise for tribe? What can they look forward to? What is a beautiful thing unfolding for tribe if they follow through with the guidance that they receive here today? What does the tribe get? Okay. It says, demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. Oh, interesting. So, I feel like, first off, you're realizing what is important to somebody, okay, hasn't been the same as what is important to you. And so what you're going to have is an experience unfolding here that allows you and makes you want to act on showing up in a way that I'm hearing like you appreciate another person's love language and they know yours. And there's this interconnectivity, how it flows together, the understanding of love language, the understanding of the needs. You know, everybody's love language is not the same. Now, that's something big. I want to, like, a lot of my love language, I believe, is what I put out is a lot of words, spirituality, and actions, right? So what is the way you give love? Okay. And how do you fulfillingly receive love? So let's just talk about that for a minute. Love language. Love language. Everybody's is not the same. You want to have compatible love language. If two people's love language is the same, that's beautiful. If two people are opposite love language, that's also beautiful, because what happens is you fulfill the need for the other person, even though yours is different. So that's very interesting. Okay. Sometimes the same love language can bring up a little bit of conflict because both people are trying to do the same thing because they both do things the same way. So something about love language is coming up here. And also, again, remember that the pathway forward to receive this, where somebody actually is making the attempt and the effort to understand your love language and work with you in that way, comes through self-love, emotional mastery, not allowing yourself to be restricted. So maybe you don't cut somebody off, but you assert those boundaries and you keep your energy open, and you make sure that you still have a life that is independent of this individual, where this person might want to really consume you very much, is the way it feels. Either way, whether you let the person go completely or you're still engaged in some way, if you're still engaged in some way with this person, you've changed the way you interact with them so much that you're almost like a different person now. But I do feel like if you're still engaged with this person, something's going to happen here where you're going to actually end up breaking free from that. I do see that. Because you're cleaning up house. You're restoring balance in here. Yeah. And I do see another person being drawn into you in the future here. If you're letting go of a person, some of you are completely letting go of a person. There's a new person coming in here that has gone through a lot of similar endings and lessons in the past. And of course, I hear the song Lessons from Sinead Harnett. But I also see like there is faith coming in big time. A lot of synchronicities happening with you and someone else. A lot of synchronicities are happening. Of course, you won't know about this yet. You'll find out about this later, most likely. And the choices that you've been making and that this person has been making, both of you, your choices are stepping up to your destiny. Because, see, fate would have you just do the easy thing and just let everything just land where it lands and stay there. Destiny requires you to find your gumption. It requires you to find your cojones. It requires you to find your courage, your bravery, and step up and do the difficult thing that you know is more aligned for you. Okay. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and get something for you from the postcards from Spirit. That's what I heard. So let's get a message from the postcards from Spirit. And then I'll be looking to see if anybody sent their donation of $10 minimum for a personal. So let's see what we have. What's the most important message to close out for the love and peace and happiness tribe at this time? Shoplalo! All right. This one. And it says, dearest you, what is true for you? Can you be impeccable with your word? Sure you can. As long as it's not used to manipulate others, the truth can set everyone free. Let go of the results, let go of your fears, and allow the truth to empower you and others. This will set into motion a kind of change that will be supportive of you and loving and all kinds of prosperous. This is not a time to compromise and hide your truth from others. Whatever it is you want, go for it. And be clear in your motives, especially with yourself. You will be so happy you did. This is a time where you will tap into the power to co-create and manifest your best life. Doesn't that feel amazing? And the results? Miraculous. When you tell the truth and ask the same of others, you can learn a lot from life's bountiful lessons and achieve your dreams. So boy, if that ain't wrapping up this whole message with a pretty little bow. You have assertively told your truth, and it does set into motion some change that does bring better, brighter opportunity, more fitting for who you are now into your experience. So if this is you, you definitely need to give yourself a hands up. You need to give yourself an applause. You need to give yourself, you should feel proud of yourself in this, right? You should feel completely proud of yourself in this. So this is what we have for you at this time. And with all that being said and done, I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The gold thread that shines all the way through. Call love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you can treat yourself at LPHtarot.com. As in, Love, peace, and happiness to you and yours. And of course, me and mine. Until next time. 감사합니다. Gracias. Later, baby. Mwah.